Our next pose is called bridge pose. It's also known as
Setu Bandhasana.
Yes, Setu Bandhasana. It's a great pose for overworked legs, for overworked back. Bend your knee, bend both knees rather, set your feet down, and then you want to line up your feet in line with your outer hips. So just in line with your hips. So good. So we want a real good supportive stance in our feet. Your hands can begin outside your hips because you'll use your hands to lift the hips up for support. So on your next inhale, you're going to raise the hips up. Beautiful. And this pose really opens up the lungs, it opens up the chest, it strengthens the low back, it strengthens the hamstrings, it strengthens the ankles, the knees, okay? So we wanna make sure the ankles are directly under the knees so you can actually walk your feet back a little bit closer to your glutes. Good, and then raise your hips up a little bit higher. Good, if that feels safe, if it feels strong, you're going to interlace your hands underneath your low back and then use the muscles of the upper back to raise the chest up a little bit taller so that you can get a big stretch through the ribs and stretch into the core. Good. The tendency here is to really grip in the glutes. We want to keep the glutes soft so that you're using more of the muscles in the hamstrings. Good. Hold that. You're doing great. Lift your hips a little higher. Breathe. This is a really great pose. You're doing amazing. And then you're going to draw the heels back to the glutes without moving your feet. So it's an isometric action, not a movement, that engages the muscles of the hamstrings. And then maintain this pose for 5 deep breaths and alleviates any stress or weakness in the low back and the back body, which is a natural occurrence for most of us. The muscles of the back get really, really weak.